All right, I'm fixing this leaf blower for someone. And what would happen is you would prime it up, and it would start and it would run. The issue is after a few seconds, it would die. You'll be giving it throttle and it would just slowly die out. So if you start to prime it again, it would start running perfectly again. So that told me either the carburetor was gummed up or the fuel pump wasn't working. Oh, this is a brand new carburetor, excuse me, that the customer installed themselves. They were trying to fix it themselves. Hey, kudos to them. That's the original carburetor. I actually fixed this before, and I cleaned that carburetor years ago. It was running great. The issue is, especially with two strokes, where you mix the fuel and the oil, and some four strokes. Steel has a 4-stroke machine. It has valves and everything, but it runs premix. All right, it's a weird machine because it doesn't have like a separate like in the crankcase where you fill with oil, like some of the older Hondas. This steel runs premix, so you don't have to worry about putting the oil in it or the oil level. You can actually run it upside down and stuff like that. But I digress. The issue with premix is the fuel goes stale even sooner. Anything where you have to mix the fuel will go stale even quicker. All right, especially if you're running ethanol fuel, like from the fuel pump. Again, I cleaned the carburetor a few years ago. It was running great. They put it down and just let it sit. You cannot do that. You got to drain all the gas out, or you got to run it periodically. All right, that's it. You got to run it periodically or drain all the gas out. There's no way around it. Or use electric equipment. These things require maintenance. Period. There's no way around it. You can't just buy it, use it every now and again, and expect it to work every time. That's just not the way they are. But I think I found the issue. When they installed it, do you see the problem? Some people see the problem right here. But as soon as I pull the carburetor off, when I pull the air box off, when I pull this off, the problem was, when I pull this off, the problem was right in front of me, right? You see the shape of that? The shape of that is misleading, all right? You would think it would use this gasket right here, but no. See this gasket, see the holes? See the holes there? These carburetors have a fuel pump in them, and they got to be able to pump fuel. So this was basically blocking the port. So this gasket goes here. Now, come on. This gasket goes on here. See, now the hole lines up. And then when you put the carburetor on, I went ahead and cleaned the carburetor again. Of course, my tool is stuck on there. Give me a yeah, of course my tool was stuck on there. But like I said, this goes on like this. And now you can see the pulse port right on the top. That one right there will line up with the hole right there. All right, that way the fuel pump can work. So let's get this thing mounted back up and test it out. And this gasket will go on the front right there, like that. All right, see the hole there even lines up with that. Not that it has to, but that goes right there. All right, so let's get it mounted up and see if it works. It's been idling for like 5 minutes now, and I tuned the carburetor.